Hi, chat. Hi, guys. Hi, Captain Kirk. Hi, Rogue. Hi, Kinge. Hi, Shamruru. Hi, fucking sticky ass turkey. Hi, Synth. Hi, Shadow. But yeah, we are back with more strange antiquities. Hopefully we'll see if we can wrap up the game today. If not, we continue next week. You know. But 6-7. What the freak? Okay, have a good sleep, Captain Kirk. Yeah. Thank you, Rogue. But yeah, strange antiquities. We'll just go right in, I guess. Also, I do have my wings today. I guess let me know if that gets too in the way. But yeah. Wish I could stay long for this, but we're gonna go out to eat Cajun food. Shadow, send pictures. I demand you take pictures. Do you not normally have your wings? Normally I have them off because I feel like they are slightly in the way of, like, you know, blocking gameplay and stuff. But you know, I'll try it with them. Especially because this is a more chill game. I guess let me know if you think they're too in the way. You won't get one? What the fuck? No, Shadow, send pictures. What the fuck? Nah, you gotta send pictures. What the freak? Nah, I'm gonna eat it? Okay, bro. Okay, so this is definitely this map. And then what? Guess I have to find the buildings that are shaped like that. Here. Okay. Okay, so I think this one's the first one. Or the top building is this one. And then second building is this one. Or the one on this one. Is this building. And then the one's here. So like in between that is like there. Yeah, okay. When I draw back the curtain, I am unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up and I understand what I'm looking at. And when I do, I realize that it is looking right back at me. Oh, it's my wife. The object I'm looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Now I'm gonna eat it. What the frick, Shadow? Okay. I do have a fun fact to share. Ari, you're super adorable. I will now vanish before you can respond. Have a lovely time and fun. What the frick? Okay.
You fool!
You fool!
You are absolute fool!
Okay. Alright. Okay, we have discovered another item. I guess I can go there. But yeah, goodbye, Rogue. We think we've finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. But we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. You're our last hope. Okay, so, something that lets them, like, breathe underwater. Breathe. Ask us. Yeah. chicken! Godian Siren. Godian Siren, okay. First of all, let's change the label color for that one, and then we can move it over here. That's as much organization you just get from me. Okay. Let's see, Godian Siren. Hello, thank you for such an hydrate, chicken. Okay. So, hello. Yeah. More trinkets. Although these are similar in form to thaumic needles, Godian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. Okay. I mean, okay. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. And it's just stop. Probably shouldn't be here since I already told Honey goodnight. Yeah, probably shouldn't. You should probably get some sleep, chicken. Rowena Hardwick. I'm close, but I need more power. I need St. Cedric's thunder and quickly while the storm's raging. Yeah. Thaumic needle. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Thaumic needle. Right. Thaumic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Do I have a way to heat items? The candles, maybe? Okay, let's find out. Is this supposed to do something? I don't know. Okay, I don't even know if this is the right way I'm supposed to weigh these. Like, do you think it matters if I do that? Oh. Thank you for the 67 bits, Rogue. You cannot be mad. Love you and night. Okay, have a good night, Rogue. Get some rest. Okay, lighter than a pound. It's about half a pound. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly when I'm weighing it, but I don't know if that's considered heating the object. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's considered heating the object, but I mean, okay, so either I don't have it yet, or I'm doing this wrong. Which is honestly very likely that I'm just doing it wrong. Like, that could very well be the case. Just I'm not supposed to use the candle? Perhaps? Although I haven't figured out how to open that one. Use the eternal key. Aha! I see! Ethereal key. Okay. I don't even remember what the ethereal key is supposed to do. I just remember it's just like, hey, that's a key. I don't know. The key opens a thing. Okay. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Clay and bone. Huh. Let's see. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. And this is wood. Okay. Well. Let's see. There's more trinkets. This is made of gold, bronze, and wood. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay. Staring at the symbol makes my head swim. Okay, that's certainly something. Limestone. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. What symbol is that? Hold on. What symbol is that? Paralysis? It's a symbol for paralysis. Is that anything on here? Not really? Okay. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. It's like a clock. And then... okay, so this is wood, white paint. Smells strongly linseed. I notice myself becoming drained of energy as I handle this object. $4.9k? Oh no. Hello, Xum. Hello, Spallo as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these things are. Okay. Guess that's in that's the ecumenical. Ambra. I've already forgotten what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, I remember. Kind of. Need to make a Noctic field. Somehow. Noctic. Which means this. Okay, so this is a Noctic field, which is the spirally one. Okay. Which means for an Ambra, it just needs to make a Noctic field. That's not a Noctic field. That's a Noctic field. Oh. What's that? What's that symbol? It's a moon like 3 drops. Is that a symbol? Blessings. Okay. The symbol means blessings, but this one does make a Noctic field. This one as well. This one says paralysis. This one's symbol is paralysis. This one makes no field at all. Okay. That one's fine. That one's a Noctic field. Okay, what does the symbol on its head mean? It's one short of the ice. But probably not. Looks like the ice symbol. Okay, this is a symbol for confusion. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking it's not this one. This one has the symbol for blessings. This one's not, but what does that symbol mean? Weakness. They're not good. This one has the symbol for... I mean, it's an upside down symbol of poison, but is that a separate symbol? Does that mean anything different if it's upside down, or is it just the symbol for poison, right? Because it is just the poison one. Yeah, okay. Alright, this one's not... Huh? I don't know if that's a field. So I'm thinking one of these two might be the Ambra. Oops. Is this paralysis? Maybe. Might be the one. I don't know. Confusion token we found. Ares remnant we have. Okay, Ascus Babelia. The meaning of the unusual markings on a Babelia it's not clear. They resemble a Mentic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a Mentic field. Okay. Let's first of all, what is a Mentic field pattern? Mentic field pattern is that one. Okay. So that one's the Mentic field pattern. So the item has markings that resemble the Mentic field pattern, but do not produce a Mentic field. Okay, so this one I think is the Babelia. Okay. Finding, see if we have Bones Guard. Bear the mark of the antidote. Okay. I don't think there is a specifically an antidote one. However, you remember this little guy has the poison symbol on him. Nothing to remark. Pitted stone. object bear the mark of antidote. So I want to say it would have the protection symbol on it, I'd imagine. I don't know. Mark of the antidote. That one's poison. So does the mark of the antidote mean poison upside down? Do we think? Do we think that's what it means? Okay, I'm thinking it's either the symbol of protection and the symbol of poison, or it's like that one where it's the symbol of poison upside down. But I don't know. Okay, Corvin's Might. I think is this one? Why? The gems. Yes, the gems. This one is a bloodstone. And she is called the Bloody Queen, and there's Eagle's Gift. Bloodstone is Wixic. So this one might be. I'm going to do this and say that one might be a Bones Guard. Okay. Corvin's Might. Hello, Vampire! How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just existing. Looking through, trying to label my things. Advocates, Fortnits. Okay. Can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex. They are made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. Pitted. Stone or iron, small totem. It's the only other small stone bit I have. Perhaps. I know. Okay, so we just don't have that. Guardian Siren. This one really looks like the skull in that picture. Critical strong compulsion. That one really looks like the skull in the middle, doesn't it? Strong compulsion, like a siren's call that can be used to divert attention. Similar in form to thaumic needles. Okay. Let's see, thaumic needle. Controversial items that are rarely used. They reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression. Like, that doesn't tell me what they fucking look like. Why? What is this called? Guardian Siren. I'm having a little bit of a system with my color labels in that, okay, so the yellow ones are the confirmed ones that, like, I've submitted them and the game's just been like, yep, you're right. The blue ones, I'm, like, fucking pretty sure it is. Pretty sure I turned the shimmer in as well. Shimmer, yeah. Let's see, Heart Chamber. Holger wielding his twin axes, Wolfsong and Fearbringer. So as long as it's power. And then I know there's a Wraith Chamber. Her chamber is based on this mythical object, but they have no synchronized near death. Okay, well, one of the thingies that he has on him is this one. Is, this little thing that says blessing. So let's see, Holgar. Let's see, Holgen Grimm. No. Holgar. There's a vast skull in the catacombs. Said to be that of the beast. Okay, we have the catacombs map. Vast skull. The depths. Okay, so as I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there's a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Okay, wandering shroud. The fuck? Okay. Do I have anything? Wandering shroud. Wandering shroud. Okay, spirit bolts. Spirit vault. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. Smells like rotten egg. Does sulfur smell like rotten eggs? I feel like it should be. Right? If I remember correctly, it does, but I don't remember for sure. Let me look this up. 1 second. Does sulfur smell like rotten eggs? Okay, yes. Sulfur does smell like rotten eggs. So this is a spirit bolt. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. Identified a spirit vault. I try to breathe in the vapors from the wandering shroud, but to my horror I realize that the spirit vault is empty. My vision starts to blur as the cloying air of the depths fill my lungs, and I stagger away in a daze. When at last I reach the surface, I take deep breaths of the fresh air, but my lungs ache for some more after. I need to be more careful. I have written to Baron Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Okay. Chamber, lamp siphon. I have Morgan's Folly. Folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state. Who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Which could be this. And makes my head swim. I'm thinking this one's Morgan's Folly. Resonance compass. A resonance compass will point at nearby resonant objects. The only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects. A zephyrum? These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel for them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Okay, I'm thinking this looks like a compass. This looks like a compass. Okay, so this one's going to be a resonant. I can spell. Holy fuck. Resonance compass. Okay. And then this one is a resonant item. Okay, so this is resonant. This is a resonant item, I guess. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I don't know if it's a Zephyrium, because that's the only other page that mentions it. But I don't know. Bees, hi Royal. Okay, let's see a shin. Simple objects make their common items are made using materials with a connection to the ocean. What is linseed? Because it smells of linseed, but then what is linseed? Because I know there's like linseed oil, but I don't know what it actually is or where it comes from. Okay, linseed is flax. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Okay. Solemn Nether we have. Spirit Eye. We also have a Thaumic Needle. I still have no fucking idea. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, you know what, chat, I will be right back. I'm gonna grab something. Yeah, I'll be right back, chat. Hi, chat. I'm back. I returned. Okay. I had to go grab something real quick, but yeah, I'm back. Let's see. Thaumic needles can reach into the mind. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. So they're tall items, and their weight decreases when heated. Huh? Okay, you know, I think we just don't have these things yet. Inverse of a fortnance. What the fuck is a fortnance? Stone or iron to make the form of a small totem. Okay, stone or iron enhance physical strength. And then a witherance is the inverse. Crafted from stone, but wood is more commonly used. I mean, if a fortnance is supposed to give strength, then it makes sense that this one would be a witherance with the symbol for weakness, right? Wood is more commonly used. Okay. So this one's probably a witherance. Okay. And then we have a Zia. What about the neck? To place them close to the heart. These instant-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They're made of any single material except wood or clay. No writings or symbol upon their surface. Okay, yeah, we have that one. The Zephyrum. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be filled into any thaumaturge. This one's resonant, but it doesn't give off any scent that we note. That we have nothing of note. So unless we have more resonant objects later, perhaps. I've been trying to get hold of an Ambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my patience. It had also almost slipped my mind, but then I remember that there's one right here in Strange Antiquities. Ellie told me himself he keeps it locked behind ethereal key. No? Okay, this is not the Ambra. What? That one's an Ambra? He has the symbol of confusion across his face, which matches the description of causing mental fog, I guess. Noctic field. Okay. Not set it back to its original shape? Oh, that is its original shape. Oops. Is this one. Right, yeah. Okay. That one's an Ambra. So I guess that one's that marked off. Okay. You! I know you from somewhere. I don't remember why, but this shop was important somehow. I'm sorry. I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. Strange. Okay. Peter Lilland. They found some poor soul washed up on the lake shore. An older lady by the sounds of it. Hello, Jax! Hello. Drowned, but that's not the worst of it. Her eyes are all black, just like those others. I'm not taking any chances with the water around here. I'll take a bones guard. That one. Symbol resembles a symbol for poison rendered upside down, and with a line under it can be inferred that this is the mark of the antidote. Yeah. What did you say? I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer trade if you'll accept it. Sure. Give me another trinket. Okay. End day. Alright, the rider was lucky. He made it to Back Barrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. Kinda hard to navigate that thing. Okay. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. What? Is there like a sun? Okay, here, yeah. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. So it's here. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse to my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed when I sat down. Another little trinket. Makes a soft tinkling sound when it moves. Nothing to remark. Warmer than I would expect, hard but smooth. Let's see, gold, wood, and oak. What symbol is that? That is the symbol of deception. Interesting. Make some field. I don't fucking know. So did I ever find what was here? There was something else here. I needed to give him the Spirit Vault. Use item written to Barton Potter. Is that someone I should know? Barton Potter? Take these down. Alright, because it's like written to some guy, but how do I like I don't know who I should talk to. Okay. I've been hearing a worrying rumor about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Okay. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Catacombs known as the Hall of Shields. Hall of Shields? What the fuck is a Hall of Shields? Oh, the Hall of Shields. Oh. There's a Hall of Shields. As I defend further into catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It's not fear. Oh. I have written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Okay, so Barton Potter. Who the fuck is Barton Potter? Like, is that somewhere of significance? Like, does he send me a letter? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is Barton Potter? Alma Church, Eli White, Verona Green, Becca Rose, Edmund Bishop, Jessica, Barton Potter, the Relic Hunter. Okay. Intelligent, affable, heroic, those are the words that Barton Potter would use to describe himself. Irresponsible, impulsive, or foolhardy are some of the more tasteful terms that those who have dealt with him might use. One thing is not in dispute, he knows how to track down objects, and he certainly knows their worth. He is also no coward, and he bears the scars to prove it. He is one of the few who have ventured into the depths of the catacombs and lived to tell the tale, and the tale he does at the slightest provocation. Okay. So he traded on day 6 for an Elvastone. And then map of the catacombs for Valent. So I guess I'm waiting for him to come back. Oh, hello Nancy Irwin. What's wrong with you? I've done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heath Wood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I have not felt well since. Please help me. Heart. Skin is pale and cold to the touch, while the veins start darkly on the body. This is black heart, no? And then black heart. We use the lamp siphon. Yes. Truth conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Truth conduit. I'm thinking this one. Truth conduit, because it has the symbol for deception and it does make a noise. I can put this away. Okay, next. Thaddeus White. You don't know me, but it's time I introduce myself. I'm the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Eli and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings? I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Okay. Trinket. Let's see. gold wood green gemstone. Nothing to remark. It takes great effort to tear my eyes away. That's something. Oh, Simone Green. Jupiter! Yeah. My cat's safe. Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. Exactly. I hope my mother is okay too. I've lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Three resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, first of all, this one's resonant. No, this one's resonant. Okay. Elvastone. Okay. So lightest first, heaviest last. Okay, this one's lighter. Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Means there, and there. Okay. I can change that label color. Put the Elvastone back. Okay. Put that away. What are you? Let's see. There's definitely something unusual about this item. I can't put my finger on it though. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. It feels unusual, not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. This part is painted black. Gold and this gold painted black. Fuck. Oh yeah, that looks like that. Okay. I don't think that one's that anymore. I think this one's the thing. Guardian Siren. Okay. Hi Shakor! Hi I'm suffering. Because what the fuck is that? Nope. It feels unusual, not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. So, okay, so it feels energetic. It's making a low hum. There's definitely something unusual about it. Okay, sure. What the fuck does that mean? Pit. 3 different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent the earth, sun, and death. The Dradic, Diurnic, or Noctic. These energies balance in such a way that objects do not produce a recognizable thaumic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. What? You say you're suffering. I'm trying to properly do art for the first time. I mean, good luck is realistically all I can say. This one doesn't make a recognizable thaumic field. This one just doesn't have one at all, but that makes sense because it's a resonant compass. 3 elements. Is there different elements? There's clay, gold, and bone. Clay for the earth, gold for the sun, and bone for death. That makes sense. So this one's probably a pit. Okay. Sure. I've been at it for quite a bit, but I think it's turning out alright. Would you like to see what I've done so far? Yeah! Yeah, if you want to share. Morgan's Folly. Truth Conduit. Witherance. Solemn Mother Shin? No, it's just something. Shin, common items are made using materials with a connection to the ocean. Wait, that looks really good, Eotic. Holy shit. That's really good, yeah. Something else really screams ocean. I might not have it yet. And then the... I don't know if it's a Zephyrum. Because it's not resonance. It's not... Probably not a Zephyrum. Zia... We already know, I think, so... Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Okay, well, next person. Obviously, there's a lot of shading that needs to be done, but I'm quite liking it so far. Yeah, it looks great so far. I've got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She does look like her. But we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawkshead who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head, though. Why would she try to swim across the lake? And in the meantime, Verona is still missing. I don't like to use thaumic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Okay, I need a fucking thaumic needle. What the fuck is a thaumic needle? This book doesn't tell me shit. Are controversials... Yeah, okay, so curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. What the fuck? I don't know how to heat the item. I don't... It's not... I don't... What? Reaching the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weights of these tall items decreases when heated. How do I heat them? I've been trying to use the candles, but like, I don't know if that's how I heat them. No. It's not that one. So what the fuck? How am I supposed to heat it? The heck? To do that? No, not really. Like it doesn't change? How do I heat them? I'm so confused. Weight of these tall items decreases when heated. It's a tall item. I don't know. What? In the dice game. What? Oh, okay. So I don't know what tall item I need to heat. How do I heat the item? Huh? What the freak? The weight of these tall items decreases when heated. How do I heat them? I'm so confused. How do I heat them? I guess I use like a candle? Is there anything else I could use to heat them? Not really. No, fuck it. We're gonna put that aside for now. I'm gonna try to solve this thing. We're just gonna leave her there. Okay. So we go here. So we see I'm pretty sure this was Noctic is the first one. And then... Okay, yeah. The second one is Dradic. Noctic Dradic. And then... Not Mentic. Wixic? No. Dyneric? No. Slenic? Selenic. Okay, so Noxic, Dradic, Selenic. What does that mean? I have no fucking idea. Selenic. Okay, I've opened another vault. Okay, that one can go away now. Okay, what are you? Gold detailing laid over stone. Warm and smooth. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Do you... It's you. Aha! Okay. A loam. Sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or fire palm, a loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. Okay. Not that one, this one. Loam. Fire palm. There's fire, sunstone, amber. Fire. Amber. Okay. Yeah, no, fire just means amber. Is there anything with amber on it? No, not really. Okay, well, next person then. Audrey Bell. The people are afraid, and they are right to be, but it is too late for them. They are of no use to us, but you might be. Prove yourself, and perhaps Hulgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Morgan's Folly, Fortinance. Fortinance. Do I have a Fortinance? Morgan's Folly. Witherance, Fortinance. I don't think I have a Fortinance. Ironstone. Does the symbol on this thing mean anything? Strength. Okay, yeah, this one's a Fortinance then. Okay. Fortinance. Okay, so I either give her a thing that gives her physical strength, or I give her Morgan's Folly. Maybe a Fortnance. Tormund's Bane. Okay. Tormund's Bane. Let's see, these can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis, or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most curses that ward against curses, like most items that ward against curses, they emit a dynamic field pattern. Paralysis. This is the symbol for paralysis. They give a dynamic pattern. What is that pattern? I don't think that's a dynamic pattern. Yeah, no. So this one just gives paralysis, I think. Protection against paralysis, worn about the neck. What does aquamarine mean? Sort of water? Tormund's paralysis. What is Tormund's paralysis? Affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. Okay. One Slenic. Well. Well, we can move on to the next day. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. We have some guy. Alright, that's the card. I am marked by Jupiter. What the fuck does that mean? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, there was something that said Jupiter, but I don't think that's like a location. So unless there's a location that says Jupiter. Oh, it's here. And I have to find the symbol for Jupiter. It's like that 4 here. Marked by Jupiter. There you go. The mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. Okay. Let's see. This is bronze, black gemstone. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay. I'm running out of space. Put these down here. Okay, let's see. What does the note say? The castle vaults are blocked by a dynamic seal. It can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a dynamic field. Silver or gold that produces a dynamic field. Okay, this one's made of gold. This one does make a dynamic field. Okay, so the castle vaults. Vaults? To the vaults. The vaults are blocked by a large iron door. There has no handle or keyhole and does not give in the slightest when I push against it. I realize that it has been thaumatically sealed, but that's not much help. It's not clear what I need to open it. The door slides open without a sound, as though it has been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it, I find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of the rows of artifacts I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he is delighted and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It is not long before he makes a find that I am surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. The Bishop's Square is a simple tool of my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a briar's disc. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code only he understood. The Bishop Square. The fuck is a Bishop Square? Or a Briar's Disc? Bishop Square, Briar Disc. Nope, not in the artifacts. However, if I remember, okay, little bit of metagaming here. If I remember in the first game, the Briar's Disc was like a navigational object that you put on the map and it would guide you, like you could point to a location, right? Probably. I think that was a Briar's Disc. So like you'd put it on a tile in the map and it would point to a different tile and then you could navigate codes like that. So, Bishop Square, I presume, is this. And he would hide something. Okay, so that's the Bishop Square. Bishop Square is a simple tool. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code only he understood. Okay. Let's see. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Okay. Let's see, Mars. Mars is that symbol, this one here. Okay. Rising in summer. Okay. I don't know what rising is, but so Mars in winter. Rising in summer. Okay. The smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. Oh, I got a little item. Okay. Bishop Square. Okay. What are you? Stone. chalky black residue that coats my fingertips. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. What are those symbols? Got a triangle on you, which is fire. And then you've got the symbol for ice. Fire, ice, and then, what is that, paralysis? Paralysis. Fire, ice, paralysis? What? What does that mean? Okay. Hello, James Herschel. I can't say too much, but it has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would kill for. That people have killed for. Aha. Okay. Oh, fuck. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. I know exactly what you want. You want an ecumenical. It has occurred to me it would be safer in an ecumenical. Yes. Shadow anchor. Okay, we'll read that in a bit. Let me change the label over. Ecumenical. Okay, was it shadow something? Shadow anchor. Yes. Shadow anchor is sometimes used in a practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Without an anchor, minds have known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay. Individual branch. Individual branch? The individual branch? Oh, the individual branch. So Mentic or Wixic. Okay. What did they look like? Whoop. Okay. Mentic is that thing. Then Wixic is the wiggly lines. Okay. So, still need this open. Projecting presence outside of the body. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. David Schaefer? People are getting restless. The followers of Holgar have been marching through the streets with that crazed priest at their head. Not long ago, that sort of behavior wouldn't have been tolerated in Undermere. Now, there are people joining in. Well, I might have accidentally helped that a little bit. Oops. My bad. Let's see. In answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. It is not uncommon to see wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Okay. So what? North of town, if you follow the little stream up, it's here. Up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop. It's clearly of some significance. Okay. I sit and await quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for. For some time, nothing happens, and then, long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and a hearty supper, I notice the movement in the corner of my eye. A strange, thin mist has formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles toward the vault I have left out for this purpose, and I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. Okay, so now, before I do that, let me put this away. Okay, and then now, I can go to the Hall of Shields, and then I can breathe. I breathe deeply from the spirit vault, and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger too long down here, but I forge on until I reach the unmistakable Hall of Shields. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the center of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up to the walls of the cavern and search the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. The sun's light will reveal my gift. Okay. Sun. Sun? Sun. Sun. Light. Sun and light. Light. Sun bond. Warmth and the light of the sun. Sun bond, sun bond, sun bond, sun bond. You. The sun bond banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes and bringing summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside is a blood-red urn. Ooh. Okay. Interesting new trinket. I find it unsettling. The eyes seem to pierce my soul. I have decided that I will sleep after school. That's perhaps not a great idea. Have you considered going to fucking bed? Perhaps. A little bit. Nothing to remark. Warm and smooth, raised detailing. Red clay. Small green gemstones. I've been trying for the past like 2 hours. You know what? Fair enough. Okay. I guess next person, sure. I got to thinking after I left earlier, transferring the secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, it is safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit, so that I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. Okay. Abrasive mether. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies, designed to be easily passed from person to person. Okay, well this one's confirmed. So that's fine. I don't like the way these two are looking at me. I don't like how you're looking at me, buddy. This might be the other mether, but we'll see. Evelyn Bennett. I have never felt more tired or more devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones that I do not seem able to shift. But while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. Huh? What the fuck? Huh? What? Okay, first of all, let's get this one labeled. Abrasive mother. Okay. What? I've never felt more tired or devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones that I... Okay, is that a curse? Breath of Lyra, no, no. Okay, so it's not Blackheart, it's not that one, it's not that one. Poison of the mind. Increasingly vivid nightmares. Morgan's insanity. Poison of the mind. Is that a thing? Are we thinking it's Morgan's insanity? Not that anything fucking mentions it, so I guess it doesn't matter if it is. Alright, mind. Let's see. Okay, ecumenical, no. Binding seed. Form amplifies feelings of guilt. No. Diverging hook. Carve the mind, thoughts of the mind of another. Eye of Cernenos. Enter the minds of lesser creatures. Restful Mother. Promoting clarity of thought. Sextrum. Protects against insanity. Shadow Anchor. No, that's like projecting or something. Solemn Mother. Pair which is broken. Forge pathways in the mind to recall which has been forgotten or to repair that which has been broken. No. Stomach Needle. Remind of the recently deceased. No. Truth Conduit. No. An apathy has settled into my bones that I do not seem able to shift. What does that mean? Purge unwanted memories, mental fog, something, Ares remnant, no, Papelia, translation, foreign text, advice feelings of guilt and shame, render safe to drink. Hello, mower. Hello. Assassin's tool makes no. Gemstones. Cosmic purifier, no. Basilisk sails, no. Levitation. I can no longer get any more rocks. Oh. You can't get more rocks? 13's the limit? It is? I see. Diverging hook. Elva stone. Leaves the elements. Ethereal key. Evocant. I have Cernenos, no. Ordnance. Physical strength. Or strength that has been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex. Is her being apathetic? I don't think that matters, right? Dispel melancholy. Grace. Where is that? That one? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Alright, next. Barton Potter, you're back. I have had a tip-off about something exciting. Have you come across the so-called nameless gods? Did you also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of a kind? And here's the exciting part. An inscription has appeared on the stone that sits atop Wetherlam. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other inscription is Barbella. The other options are Babelia to read the inscription, but they say if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. I'm leaning towards the more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. Pit or Babelia? I mean... Fuck, do I have a Babelia? Good luck, buddy. Thank you. Alright. I hope this works. Here's a token of my appreciation, something for you to ponder over. Okay. Ooh, new thingy. Let's see, what are you made of? Yellow sandstone. Okay. Hi, Captain Kirk. How was your nap? I assume you napped. Detailed engraving. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. What do those symbols mean? Like, I feel like I'm slowly fucking losing it looking at these symbols. It means fire and wax. What does that mean? Huh? Okay. Shit means fire and wax. Okay. You know what? Sure. Sure, man. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, the man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of a museum in Endermere. Together, they looked for answers. Ooh, a sword. With thorns? Okay. Wonderful. That's good. You had a good sleep. I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. What the frick does that mean? This one, probably. Knight of Thorns. Is there a Knight of Thorns? Is there a guy called the Knight of Thorns? No, nothing really screaming Knight of Thorns. Okay, Knight of Thorns. What the fuck does that mean? Knight of Thorns, what the fuck is the Knight of Thorns? Okay, Knight of Thorns, Knight of Thorns. Knight of Thorns. Oh, there's just flowers on it. Knight and some flowers. Should not have come here. Okay. Wrong fucking place. Burb deserves hugs. Yep. Yippee. Yep. Knight of Thorns. What the fuck? What is a Knight of Thorns? Huh? The Knight of Thorns. Fuck, is there anything... Old Eyes Blessings, which assigns spirituality, rebirth. One God, triple goddess. No. Winston Storm, no. Knight of Thorns. Verdigris. Meow. Knight of Thorns. There's no symbol that means knight, or there's no symbol that means thorns. So what the fuck am I looking for? The Knight of Thorns. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means. What? What is the Knight of Thorns? What? Huh? I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. What? I don't know what the Knight of Thorns is. Put that aside for now, I guess. Next person. Thomas Pope. I've noticed that some people claim to not fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me. Not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain. Give me fear. If I can feel then, I know I'm alive. Going back to the nothingness, that's what I fear. Okay. I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a loam. Do I have a loam? Loam. Oh, loam. Sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or a fire palm. A loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. Okay, hand of Jupiter or fire palm. What? Hand of Jupiter. Well, the Knight of Thorns, obviously. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm done with art for today. I've been at it for multiple hours now. Oh, okay. I mean, well, I feel like you did really good, from what I've seen, you know, so. Yeah, go take a break. Okay, so Jupiter is tin. So, something to do with fire or tin. Okay, I'm going to bet it's this one. Yes. Features a hand design made of tin, planetary metal associated with Jupiter. Also features a triangle symbol for fire. Oh, yes. Fire up top, okay. Cassander. The eyes of a Cassander focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them and have been led to ruin. Okay. Agnes Dent. Let's see. There's been an unexpected death in the family. Thank you for the stretch, frog. And hydrate. Hello. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I would like to gift him a heart chamber. Okay. So I'll do the stretch and hydrate, and then we can figure out what the fuck a heart chamber is. Okay. Woke up from a nap, so popping in to say hi before napping again. Okay. I hope you have some good rest, Rogue. Let's see. There's a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast. Whatever the fuck that thing is. Holger's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with its power in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Well, I assume it's this one. It's shaped like a coffin and it has, blessings. It also appears in the sketch of Holgar and also has the sigil that resembles the Holgar mask. Yes. Will do, much love also. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Brehik charm? A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Okay. Trying to figure out how I can organize these things. These are fine there. I still don't like how this one's staring at me. Okay, anyway, next one. Edwin Bishop. Did you ever work out what was Bishop Square thingy, what that Bishop Square thingy was? I suddenly remember that this note that I found some time ago and it occurred to me that it might be related. Oh, thank you for the raid, Turkey! Hello, Phoenix. A rafter of turkeys has arrived. Just in time for Thanksgiving, I suppose. I almost threw it away, but it intrigued me, so I held on to it. I haven't a clue what it means. Okay, give it a little note. Hi, honey! Hi, wife! But, yeah. If you don't know, my name is... If you don't know me, my name is Erlyn Croet, and I'm a Crow VTuber, well, PNG tuber for now, but, eventually. Er, you're stinky, I lurk now? What the heck? I need to raid and run. Okay, yeah, feel free to raid and run, go take care of yourself. Go be hydrated, Turkey, go be hydrated. Hydrate, drink water. But yeah. We're playing, Strange, Antiquities? Yes, Antiquities. Strange Antiquities. I actually want to play this game. Dude, this one and Strange Horticulture, actually really fun. Well, no, you aren't my mom. Go drink water, Turkey. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so... Let's see. Blessings, I know is this one. That one's blessings. In spring. Spring is the leaf-looking one. Blessings in spring. Rising in autumn. That one. The symbols on the map lead me up the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Wolf can drink water. Exactly! Yeah, what Honey said. And that thing can go there. Okay, there's this. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Spins freely. Bronze. Wood, oak. Okay. What symbol is that? Kind of looks like the opposite for paralysis. Okay, so it looks like the paralysis symbol, but if they were flipped around. And considering how this one is an upside down poison symbol, and that means the symbol of the antidote, I'm willing to bet that this symbol means antidote for paralysis, which is something. I have one of those. Break Charm, no. Cassander. Corvin's Might, no. Shooting Pit a Shin? No. Tormund's Bane. Yes. They emit a Dynuric. Okay. Yeah, so this one would be a Tormund's Bane. And I'm running out of spaces to hang these things. Suppose I can hang some of these up. That. Sure. Okay, next. Thaddeus, wait. Something isn't right at the museum. I'm worried it's all my fault. I'd hoped my brother would be back by now. I have an idea though. I'm no thaumaturge, but I think I can weaken it using a witherance. Oh dear me, this had better work. Okay. Well, here's a witherance. Good luck, buddy. A folium. Okay, a blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreyer huntsmen and those wanting to prove this themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, as a folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Drawn across the face of a folium 6 times. Drawn across the face of a folium. I don't fucking know, man. Face of a folium? Is that why you're so fucking sad looking? No? I don't know. My mind is severed. Need mether. Mine is severed. Need mether. So you want the solemn mether. Yes. Wixic cord. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the dineural branch. They can cause a freezing effect on the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Unfortunately, this effect is not permanent. Alright, I go sleep now. Have a good rest of sleep. Okay! Have a good night, Idiotic! Okay, let's see. Folium. New. End of Prior. Exit cord. No. Simple looking item. I don't know. I don't know. I've discovered something via the thermic needle. Okay. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is, it's right here in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Ambra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I've never used a Gaudian siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Okay. Gaudian siren. Yes. Was it an obelisk shaped like the thermic needle? Carrick's candle. First of all, do I even... Thermic needle. What the... Which one's the thermic needle? I forgot already. Yo, actually, I already forgot. Thermic needle. Oh, that one. Right. Okay, and then there was... Carrick something. Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing a glimpse of the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passively on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. It's this one. Because this one is the symbol for fire and the symbol for wax. So that makes sense why it would be a candle. Carrick's candle. Okay. And we have that one, and we end it. Yippee! The curator learned that the Nalian casket is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and the most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with the other artifacts, such artifacts that are best kept from the public eyes. Oh, an axe. Okay. What's this card then? I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Okay. I'm under the barn where the axe meets the tree. I'm thinking... Axe meets the tree. Yes. Okay, so it's Woodcutter Road and then there's Pine Road. Woodcutter's Lane and Pine Road. Yeah. Axe meets the tree. To the side of the house sits a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There's no sign of an answer. There's no sign of an owner, sorry. So I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly, I spy a flash of blue, a bottle. This is it. Another item. Yippee. What the fuck do you do? Blue painted porcelain. It gives us a scent like that of a brewing storm. Nothing to remark. Okay, this one is the Z. One starts with Z. Where is it? Zephyrum. Nice. You are a Zephyrum. I still have no idea what it means by the I'm buried with a knight of thorns. Ransom Street, King Edward, Market Avenue, Station Road, Cranbrook Road, Keith Lane, North Street, Ferryman's Way, Princess Street. No, Station Road, Miller Island. Where I started. I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. The Knight of Thorns. What the fuck does that mean? I can only imagine it means one of the graves because it's buried with the Knight of Thorns. But I don't really... What would the Knight of Thorns be? Knight of Thorns. No symbol anywhere, so is it here? Knight of Thorns. Nope, not the Endemere Church. Convent. Ten-headed snake. Okay, Knight of Thorns. Knight of Thorns. What the fuck is a Knight of Thorns? Huh? Knight of Thorns. I do not know what the fucking Knight of Thorns is. House, no, yeah, I have no idea. Alright, well, let's see. Good evening. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me. Okay, sorry, what? Well, she'll turn up, she always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of strange antiquities. The Knight of Thorns. Knight of Thorns. Okay. Pass unrecognized. Okay. Source of power. Here. Horn shackle. Rub between one's fingers. More smooth. Hunter's boon. Lead heart. Libula. Loam. National Officer, Narcotic Site. Folly. Oxfordshire. Spire. Corchin. Pit. Prism's Compass. Restful Nether. Selenic Totem. Shadowfold. Shield Charm. Knight of Thorns! Fuck! Bitch! Okay. As a Knight of Thorns, wore a shimmer in his chestplate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell of 1356. So 1356, there's dates, there's years on these things. 1356, 1356, 1356. This fucking bitch. Alright. The Tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Sutherfell. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I'm out in the bright of the day once more. Okay. New item. Feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Different remark. Graving. Okay, stone and gold. And what are those symbols? That's not the right book. This is the right book. Triangle with the line. Okay, so air, water, fire, earth. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, we got that one clue card. Fuck's sake. From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. Okay, so let's go for gemstones. Stone for dark purposes. Bloodstone, this one. From the celestial, a stone of earth. Jade. Okay, does it make a field? Okay, what field is that? Is that a Wixic? Okay, so you make a Wixic field. So from the where's the note gone? From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. That checks out. It's Wixic and it's bloodstone. Okay, so from the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnal, a stone of death. Okay, so let's see. Stone of death. Stone of death and decay. Vivanite. I had one that had one of these stones. You. From the diurnal. Okay, that one's Noctic. So that makes sense. Okay. And then from the celestial, stone of the earth. So jade. So bright green. That one's marble. Green gemstone. Okay. Good. Oops. Wait, no, I need those. I didn't sell it yet. Oopsie. That one. That's the button. And then we get another thingy. Okay. Dark green gemstone. Vibrates with energy. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. However, that gemstone is malachite, which is the fourth eye stone of sight. Which might be useful later on, but for now, we keep going. Great. Jacob Presley, thank you for the mether. I have seen into the yawning deep. I've seen beauty beyond the comprehending mind. The price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor, broken. Must replace. Shadow anchor. Okay. Shadow anchor, shadow anchor, shadow anchor, shadow anchor. Pop. This one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the mind. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. Yes, I definitely know what the fuck I'm looking for. Yep. Okay. Without an anchor, art of projecting one's presence outside of the body? I seem to pierce my soul. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. This compass chills my blood to hold it. Nothing to remark. A feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Nothing to remark. Nothing. Nothing. Unusual. Nothing. What stone is that? Getting distracted. What stone is that? Onyx. Stone of the night and of darkness. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor. Yeah. I know what I'm looking for. Definitely. What? From the individual branch, however, okay, so I guess out of everything I have, individual, Wixic is the squiggly lines, I remember, I think. Yeah, Wixic is the squiggly lines. And Mentic is that thing. Okay. So I guess that one's Selenic. That one's Selenic, and I think I know what that one is. It's not a Folium. I think it's a. This one's a Cassandra, right? So it has Malachite, which is the fourth eye, a stone of sight, and it produces Selenic. Yeah, Cassandra. Okay, pop that in there. Okay, next. We want a Shadow Anchor. I remember what I'm looking for. Yep. That one is not. That one's not. Nope. Nope. Perhaps. Nope. 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 This one, maybe? Guess that one. That one. Okay. So out of these four, shadow casting. What do those gemstones mean? Blue gemstone is kind of the only blue one I have. Is that the only blue gemstone? Okay, yeah, that's the only blue gemstone. And it means an anchor between body and mind, so I think it's this. It's probably going to be that one. Shadow anchor. Here's the mind. Okay. What the frick is that? Nephrogaunt. Nephrogaunt. These were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them, even after death, Nephroquant. Nephroquant would crumble to dust. Today, their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, if they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin for long periods. Had a stroke trying to read this. Scarring caused by the Braxis. What is Braxis? Necrosis. The affected will feel no pain, but the scarring has no cure. Okay. I don't know. You have shown yourself to be something. What you have shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep one eye on the lake in the coming days. When blackened eyes seek the casket and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Sacrament. The sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the warrior god Holgar. It is performed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Oh. Oh. Okay. So in spring, a charm of green growth. Is there a charm that grows plants? Grows plants. Grows plants. Grows plants. Sacrament. Holgen Grim. Okay. So, ask for protection. Sure. Because I could have sworn there was a something that grows plants. I could have sworn there was something that grows plants. Am I stupid? No. Protection in times of darkness, wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Open triple goddess. I'm getting distracted here. Triple goddess, that's a symbol. Triple goddess. Okay. So something with the symbol of the triple goddess, this one. Right charm. No, there's something that fucking grows plants. I swear to God there's one. I'm not just like gaslighting myself, I think. Right? Access. Sprite. Can't. No. No. Start after death. Overcome personal demons. Perception agility. Drawing curse. Sure, not. Ability offer currents. There are signs of aging. Pretty guardian. Suggestibility. Vitality. Permanent bay. Pits. Vibrations. Drain nether. Meal. Sanity. Shadow anchor. Shield charm. No. It's danger. Okay, Scythian charm. Yes. This one. Old Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but make blah blah blah. They're used by horticulturists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. Okay, a Scythian charm. It's this one, right? So in spring, a charm of green growth is the Scythian charm. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun is probably Sunbond, because it glows. It's like the light of the sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red knight. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Um, an instrument of the Red Knight. Huh? Okay, well, no use pondering on that right now, but... Huh? I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and ended up doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Oh, I go to bed now. Bye. Okay, have a good night, Kinga. Better late than never. Yep. Okay. What you got for me? Let's see. I've spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it for as long as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels, but it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on this story to you in the hope that you can succeed where I have failed. Ossuary of the damned. Bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels. This one? I'm able to follow Marwyn's trail for a while, but the carved markings are faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Yes. Okay. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search the shifting rock walls for any signs of Marwyn's trail. Suddenly, I see it. An M etched into the rock, as clear as if it had been carved yesterday. I follow the trail in an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor until I come to its end at a small boulder. Rolling the rock to one side, I reach behind it and reclaim Marwyn's lost treasure. It's a little trinket. Yippee. Okay. What I'm gonna do is move some of these things down here. And okay. We'll take some of the items out. Put those away, and then that means I can hang a few more of these trinkets. Okay, there you go. These can go up here. We are slightly more organized. Yippee. Okay. Barton Potter. Oh, he's been cursed. However. Do you want the thing that helped with Tormund's paralysis? Yes? Thank you. Alright. I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlim. Everything went dark after reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to strange antiquities, I would be okay. Through the darkness, I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nalian Casket. If we give it to them, they've promised to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have the casket, they will not allow it to be opened. Okay. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket will release all of its contained power. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say. The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. Her eyes are dark. Oh. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. Help me to calm this clamoring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Okay. So what are our options? Abrasive Mether can purge unwanted memories. So that would help the creature. And then or Zephyrum, which unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. So the creature wants to calm the rage, but we can give it more. Gris. Okay, Gris. For the ritual of the broken path, a Gris is heated slowly over flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixark. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Okay. I think I pissed off the entity. But the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. Okay. So our options are something. No. What does that mean? I think it means there. Because it lines up with things. Inhaling deeply from the spirit vault to stave off the madness of the depths, I make my way carefully down crumbling passageways past decaying crypts. Placed carelessly on top of the tomb is a small collection of clay pots. Some lie in pieces, but most are whole. At first the collection seems unremarkable, but one in particular stands out, and I take it back up to the surface to take a closer look. Alright, well, I have no idea what ending we're gonna get. Marion Lancaster. Someone very dear to me has fallen ill. I would like a nephroquint. Do not be concerned, dear. I have used one before and know what I'm doing. Okay. What the fuck is a Oh dear. Oh dear. Because I don't know what it's supposed to be. These were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls, who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them, such that, if they were to remove them, even after death, the nephroquint would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause bastards of hell against bare skin for long periods. Okay. Rituals of resurrection. Resurrection, that's the only thing that's mentioned here, but there is a symbol for rebirth. Right? I'm thinking is this one. Right, because it's the symbol for rebirth. And it does make sense that it is a ring stuck to a hand because it, if even after death, the necrophant will crumble to dust. So I think it's this one. Yes. Hand scarred by Braxis. I see. Dread Vivint. A Dread Vivint is the only way to handle some of the more dangerous artifacts. It can siphon power away from oneself for a time. The power rising up off a Dread Vivint is subtle but noticeably invigorating. These objects represent the balance of life and death, of good and evil, and of hope and despair. Okay. Franklin Underhill. Please do pay us a visit. We have some items we're confident will be of interest to you. Who are you? The Twinnings. 2 Market Avenue, Undermere. Okay, well, let's head there then. The Twinnings. Artisans, 2 Market Avenue, Undermere. Market Avenue. Where's Market Avenue? Market Avenue. The Twinnings. Okay. The man who dropped off his card introduces himself as the owner of the Twinnings, an unusual, sprawling series of grotto-like rooms filled with handcrafted carpentry, ironmongery, and pottery. He leads me past wooden chairs and strange iron contraptions to a room unlike the others. This one is filled with small trinkets, ornaments, and jars of various sizes and containing ominous-looking liquids and organic materials. I know it might not look like much, but there's some items of value among the junk here, says the man. Take your time and let me know if you find anything interesting. 2 hours later, I have indeed unearthed something very interesting that I am keen to take back to the shop for further investigation. Ooh. Okay. I'm leaving the Twinnings with my haul when a man shouts at me from across the street. As I look round annoyed, I notice to my horror that the man's eyes are as black as coal. He rushes towards me and I stumble backwards, fumbling with the strap of my satchel as I try to grab an item to stop him. Okay, so I need a Wixic cord. Okay, Wixic cord. They cause a freezing effect on the body. They belong to the dineural field. Dineural branch. Okay, so dineuric field looks like that, but what about the other one?
I am here to tell Chat to commit the war crimes.
Hello. Hey, Rogue. Also, Chad, don't listen to him. Don't commit war crimes. That's bad.
I just popped in to say hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
Okay.
Love ya. Bye bye. Bye, Chat.
Bye. Freezing effect. Okay. And that one has the paralysis thing written on it, so I'd assume that might do that. To my relief, the man goes rigid almost immediately and topples forward onto the cobblestones. I turn and run, wanting to put as much distance as possible between myself and that creature. When I finally come to my senses, I realize I should alert Dr. Robertson, but by the time I return to the Twinnings, the man is nowhere to be seen. Okay. Thank you for such an hydrate, Rug! That one's a Wixit cord. Yippee. Alright, next person, please. Something bad is about to happen. Yep, the ravens know it. Yep. My grandfather once taught me how to use a Cassander to see the paths ahead, but I saw what it did to him and vowed never to touch one again after he died. But you want one now, don't you? Also, never looked at this thing. It caused me to reflect on my own mortality. Low chanting. Smooth. Wood painted green. Wood painted to look like bone. Okay. But the gnawing worry of what is coming has become too much for me. You want Cassander. Okay. Cassander. That one. Hello, I'm there. Hi, Rogue, yeah. I think he went back to bed. Stone slot field, okay. Sure. Weaving edge. A weaving edge is used to enter the red night, a bloodthirsty state of mind. The tradition dictates that the handle should be made of the wood of the great oak. Oh, hi. Hello. Tradition dictates that the handle should be made of the wood of a great oak. Okay. First of all, this one is confirmed, and then, that one. Okay. What the fuck did we just get? I thought Rogue was running a VC, then they left. Yeah. He went back to bed. Ancient crooked path. Okay, Gris. Heated slowly over flame. Metal pipe, thank you. Very cool. Jump scare. Okay, well, I don't know. There was another one that weaving edge, yes. Weaving edge is used to enter the red night, a bloodthirsty state of mind. Instrument of the red night. Okay, so weaving edge is autumn. Great oaks. Okay. Bloodthirsty state of mind. Handle should be made of the wood of the great oak. Okay, so nothing unidentified there. Handle should be made of the wood of the great oak. Handle should be made of the wood of the great oak. Goldwood. There was one that specifically said oak, isn't it? This one said oak, but this one's a Tormund's Bane. That's bronze. Okay, so I suppose I don't have it. That's not good. Okay, what symbol are those? Upside down triangle with a line through them. That is Earth. Okay. Whatever that means. There's always seemed to be something going on in Undermere. The sooner I can get this sorted and be on my way, the better. Uh-huh. My uncle gave me a ring, and I've had nothing but bad fortune ever since. I'm starting to think it might be cursed. Is there any way to uncurse it? Uncurse a thing. Blackheart Curse, Torment's Bane. Nope. Okay, so Cossack Purifier, which should be that one. Okay. Alright, next guy, please. Lavinia Hawthorne. I have been researching some ancient customs, particularly those relating to thaumaturgy, and I'm fascinated by the use of object in ritual ceremonies. If you're able to get your hands on a gris, I would be very interested in studying it further. Okay. I need to find a gris. What the freak is a gris? For the ritual of the broken path. Okay. Communicating via them. Blood. League of the Amphibian Heart. Okay. Nameless Gods. Communicating via the broken path. Okay. Vision Talon. Okay, a gris. The ritual of the broken path. A gris is slowly heated over flame to have full effect. It must be held in ungloved hand until the ritual is complete. I am assuming that it is going to have to do with the double-headed snake. However, let's see, what gemstone is that? That one is onyx. Son of Dark at Night. I don't know, however. No. Okay. Not that one. Not that simple, I guess. Red clay. And smooth. This one? No. Okay. Okay. Alright then. Does not have to do with the two that have to do with is, you know, not the two artifacts that have to do with snakes. Despite the amphibian, whatever, having to do with the two-headed snake, but sure. Okay. Only thing is that it should be heated slowly over flame. What? To have full effect, it must be held in ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. This doesn't tell me anything, though. Wixic. of the body. Assume it should give Elwixic. Now that one's Selenic. No. I don't think this one's meant to be heated over a flame because the bottom's wood. Kind of counterproductive in that case. This one, because it's got the charcoal substance underneath, which I assume so. Has soot on its lower half, which suggests it has been held over a flame. Produces a wick field. Yes. Okay. Lumina. Also called a moon pool, or heart of tranquility, harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease. They can be used to keep people away from places they're not welcome. There's a superstition among thaumaturgists that says a lumina shall be used when the moon is full. It's not known where this idea came from. Harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease. I don't like how you're looking at me, so you're going to be exiled over there. Of the elements to create an aura of unease. The elements. So this one. Except I forgot what it was called. Oops. Lumina. And it's Selenic, which matches with that, so yes. Okay. And still no idea what that does. Right, next. Nope. There's my phone alarm. Okay. There's been a basilisk sighting in the hills across the river from Backbarrow. I wouldn't say I'm a brave man, but I have a duty to protect my livestock and my village. Better me than a younger man with his life ahead of him. I have come to prepare my sword. Volume. Yes, right? Basilisk sighting. Yes, a folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Drear huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, because a folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Hand of Prior, the only thing is folium. Okay. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times. Drawn across the face of a folium 6 times. That gives me, like, nothing to go off of. Crisscross grooves. This one. It was fucking disgusting. They didn't season that shit at all. Oh no. Also, welcome back, Shadow. They didn't season that shit. That's unfortunate. I was also gonna take a picture of it for you, but I forgot to, and I was already eating it. Real. Real. Yeah. I mean, as long as you, I wanted to say as long as you enjoyed the food, but like, I mean, if they didn't season it, you know. Okay, this is the volume. Right. Wood. Okay. They've escaped. At first, my patients grew agitated when I used the Gaudian siren, but then I had a breakthrough. Vivian Cartwright woke up. She seemed lucid, calm even. I made a stupid mistake and loosened her restraints. I don't know what happened, whether the siren stopped working or perhaps it had never worked and she tricked me. But almost immediately she changed back and turned violent. Before I knew it, she had managed to free the others. We tried to stop them, but they fought their way out of the hospital. Oops. Okay. So it turns out there was a change of plans, and we were gonna go to a Cajun place, but I guess the last minute my decided a fish place or some shit. I didn't know what to get, so I got shrimp alfredo. It tasted bland. Yeah. I have no idea where they've gone. Oh, so you don't need anything from me. You're just here to tell me they escaped. Okay. Alright. Well, almost imperceptibly, sorry, I can't read. The casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone and the earth of its lightless tomb. Okay. My sister got a crawfish etouffee. I don't know what that is, but I mean, it sounds good. Said it tastes like tomato soup. I don't know what that is, so maybe. Okay, so that's that symbol, which is half moon, light size on that side. This one, yeah. I don't know either. I don't think any of us enjoyed it. My mom didn't finish it, but she also didn't take it to go. That's a sign. Yeah, if you don't, if you didn't finish it, you don't take it to go. Like it was bad. You know, like it's like I don't want this anymore, right? The air is stifling in the darkness, and the claustrophobia of the tunnels almost overwhelms me. But I press on. I remind myself that there are few who venture down here, which means the chances of an interesting find are higher. It doesn't take long for my search to bear fruit. Oak, gold, sharper than it looks. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. This is the one. Weaving edge. Yes. That's a lot of symbols. However, we're just gonna give it a special looking tag. Weaving edge. Yeah, she had a whole fried fish thing left and a bunch of fries. Okay, let's see. Charm of green growth. Charm of green growth. Pendant of the yellow sun. Put that there instead. Here. Then, I don't know where to put these pendants. There's so many of them. Then I need whatever, a totem of blue fire. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate, Shadow. And the squats, god damn it. Okay. I guess I have to stretch for the squats. Okay. I lurked while I was gone, so I had a lot of points when I came back. Fair enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, that's the squats. Okay, so there's some. If you want some updates, I could hear popping. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna say I'm old, but my joints are not the best. Alright? So, yeah. But yeah, for update for the lore of this game, by the way, Shadow, apparently some object has caused, that's like possessing people, is out on the loose. And, I have been, given this paper, which is a sacrament, is a baptism ceremony, which also is asking for the warrior god Holgar's protection. And so I'm trying to collect everything to hopefully that'll save my life or something. I don't know. Hopefully. The Witherance was a terrible idea. I've only gone and made things worse. I wish Eli was back. He'd know what to do. Some years ago now, a friend brought an item to me, a black casket, and I learned that it was a dark article. I should have brought it to Eli right then and there, but I knew he would want to destroy it. I'm a collector of things. It seemed too important to allow to be destroyed, but I see how naive that was now. This casket is far more dangerous than anything I have come across before. And now I hear they are looking for it with their black eyes. Yeah, those are the possessed people. Either I need to keep them out of the museum or bring this casket here to Strange Antiquities and hide it in one of its secret places. What? What are my options? A Dread Vivint. Only way to handle some of these more dangerous artifacts. Okay, so that would be to bring it here. Or the other option is Illunima. Sorry. Keep people away. Okay, I would say I'd want to use the Dread Vivint. However, I don't know what the fucking Dread Vivint is. So, I don't know, man. The power rising up off of Dread Vivint is subtle but noticeably invigorating. These objects represent the balance of life and death, of good and evil, of hope and despair. I want to say this one. Something unusual about this item. Low hum. Unusual, not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. And it is a skull in, like, a flower, which does fit this theme of life and death. Death being the skull, life being, you know, plant. Dread Lumina. The concept of balance is reflected in the design. The skull, death, and the flower, life. Closer inspection reveals the power the item exudes. Yes. Okay. Light of Corchin. Okay, bring it to me, and then I'll store it. I'll either store it, or I give it to the Nameless Gods. Because the Nameless Gods want the casket, so it can never be opened. Yes. Despite appearances, these Noctic items have no connection to the heart of the Vision heart. That can turn darkness to light, fear to joy. This one. I don't want the symbology book, I want the gem book. If I keep looking at it, it's not obsidian, that's an onyx of night and darkness. Light of Corchin? Light of Corchin. Right. There's an uneasy quiet in town today. There aren't many people out and about. I'm heading straight home as soon as I'm done with my deliveries. Okay, what do I have today? I've recently come into possession of a number of texts on the subject of arcane artifacts. You're welcome to use them if they're of any use to you. If I don't hear from you, then I will donate them to the library across the street. You don't give me like a... Okay. I'll go to the library across the street. The Woodsworth Library is a quiet haven of books and knowledge. Its shelves well stocked and well kept, a place where time slows with every turn of a page. The librarian Simone sits at the desk, her focus fixed on her work as always. I've found some old books that dig into the history of strange antiquities, she says without looking up. It's very old, you know. I'll be sure to visit if I uncover anything useful. Okay, well, I don't know who sent this, so I don't fucking know, man. With all that's been happening under Mir, I picked the worst week possible to lose my Brehik charm. Brehik charm. I hope that you have one I can replace it with. Yes. Symbol of the triple goddess. Yep. Argul, a vessel of the earth. Use some. Okay, vessel of the earth. Yes. Okay. Next. Eli White, I'm sorry, I did not intend to be away for so long. I blew my nose and popped my ears. That's reasonable, I think. I trust the shop has not been too much trouble to look after in my absence. I have learned a lot from my time in Oxford. There's a powerful dark article here in Undermere called the Nalian Casket. And now you're telling me that my foolish half-wit of a brother has had it in his museum this whole time. I know how to destroy it, but it's not going to be easy. Whatever happens, it must not be opened. We will need to create a Pillar of Calaris. From what I gather, such a feat has not been attempted in over 500 years. I just hope there's enough time to prepare. I'm afraid I can't stay, but I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, Pillar of Calaris. What? A Pillar of Calaris is a powerful blast of energy that can consume the darkness. In my opinion, is the safest way to destroy powerful dark articles. It can only be produced at a place of significant thaumic convergence. Strength and weakness, light and darkness. Align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. With Corchin's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. What does that mean? What? What the fuck? Strength and weakness, light and darkness. Align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. With Corchin's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. Corchin's light. Light of Corchin, that was something. Yes. Corchin's light, there was something. I did type that at one point, I just don't know where it went. Corchin's light. I don't know. I don't know where it went. That's not good. Like, I could have sworn I have typed Corchin's Light. Light of Corchin. Okay. Light of Corchin, sure. What the fuck does the rest of it mean? At a place of significant thaumic convergence. What is a place of significant thaumic convergence? Huh? What the fuck? Isabel Stowe. I have had my energy drained by some disturbing evil power. For days now I have felt tired and frail. Then today I found something that horrified me. Beneath my bed I discovered a carved wooden effigy with a strange symbol painted upon it. I do not know who has done this to me, but all I want for now is to lift this feeling of weakness. Eh? A fortnite? Because I assume what she found was a witherance. Hey, Susan Hill. See, I would like a bloodbeck. The nameless ones are restless. I'm ready to hear their voices. What is a bloodbeck? Oh! What is a bloodbeck? What? What? Huh? Have I missed something? What the fuck is a bloodbeck? Ah. Huh? I'm ready to hear their voices. Broken path. Communicating with them via the broken path, so then you would want a gris? Second question, where is the gris? No? Okay, you don't want a gris, you want a bloodbeck. What the fuck is a bloodbeck? I don't know what that is. Lady, I don't know what that is. Huh? Oh, what is a bloodbeck? What? What? Huh? What is a bloodbeck? I don't have the page? Hmm? What? I don't know what the fucking... Huh? Huh? Okay. Do I have anything that I haven't solved yet? No. I guess this? I'm so lost, chat. I'm so lost. What? Hmm. If I don't hear from you, then I will donate them to the library across the street. So library? So I guess across the street from the library. Right. Several of the scrolls look promising, but they're written in Dradic script and my understanding is too rudimentary to make use of them. If Verona was around, I'm sure she could translate them, but she isn't, and I can't. Well, do I have the item for you? The effect of the Belia makes my head spin and I close my eyes tight for a moment as my mind catches up. The pages swirl and blur in front of me, letters and words flooding in and out of focus. After time, I find that I can read them, as though it takes some effort, and I feel drained as I read to the end. Okay. So now I've got some pages. Okay, so that's... fucking hell. Okay. Okay, so now I've got the page for the Bloodbeck. Okay, what the fuck is the Bloodbeck? It was once thought that these objects could be used to commune with the dead, but it is now widely believed that such a thing is not possible. It's not known where the strange voices that emanate from a Bloodbeck originate, but there are some who believe that they are the voices of the nameless gods. Oh, this one whispers at me. So I assume that one is. Okay, what other page did I get? Magnus fully... No, Pitchin, no. Spirit Eye. Edge. Water Shadow. What the fuck is this? It is alleged that a water shadow can be used to pass through solid matter, but the art has long faded from memory. The items themselves are often uninteresting, producing only a faint thaumic field, perhaps as a result of going unused for so many years. Well, okay, let's put those over there. Weak. Faint thaumic field. This one has a very faint thaumic field, so water shadow. Okay. Then this one's whispering at me. Korchena. These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Korchen. She is the goddess of the earth, creation, and rebirth. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an imposing aura that is hard to explain. What? That gives me even less info. What? Huh? These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Korchen. She is a goddess of the earth, creation, and rebirth. They exude an imposing aura. Korchen. Who is Korchen? Korchena. Korchen, the serpent goddess. Serpent goddess. Okay. So snakes. Snakes. Snake. Posing aura that is hard to explain. This one probably. Corchena. Okay. Alright, next. You there. I went to move the casket, but it's gone. What do we do? I heard Eli's back in town, but he hasn't come to see me, and if he's not here, then I don't know where to find him. Oh god, what do we do? Well. We're fucked. We are fucked. Yep, that's it. It festered and pulsated until it could no longer be contained. Some part of it reached out from the darkness, creating eyes so that it might find itself, and hands so that it might open itself. The casket wanted to be opened. Okay, we're on to the final day. The last card. I lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. I don't know what that fucking means. The library? No. I lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. What? Books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Huh? What the freak? Huh? Okay. The esoteric and the arcane. Museum of History? Museum of History is quiet grandeur lined with rows upon rows of trinkets and curiosities. It's not unlike strange antiquities in that regard, though I doubt there's much of use to me here. The curator ushers me away. Eli and I have an agreement. You know you're not to take anything from the museum. Okay. So then... The library. Yes. Well, okay, library is here, so that would be about here. Sure. Okay. I'll take it. Okay. So, let's see. As I open the door, I'm hit by the musty smell of damp. This room hasn't been entered for some time. The corner of the room is piled high with scrolls of parchment and old books, but underneath the debris, I find something of interest. Ooh. Stick with things on it. Polished, weathered, piece of driftwood, turquoise gemstone. Okay, so this one is a shin. Yes. Probably. I want to say this one's a shin. It's very clearly like driftwood oceans. Hello, Captain Kirk. Okay. So, what do we have? Abrasive Nether, yes. Argil, yes. Corchena, this is my guess. Corvin's Might, that's my guess for that one. What else? Light of Corchin, probably this one. Lunima, that one. Morgan's Folly. This one. Yep. A Pit is that one. A Shin, which is probably that one. Spirit Eye. I have a Spirit Eye, yes. Spirit Eye. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Spirit Eye. Water's Shadow. Water's Shadow. That one. Yeah. Okay. Weaving Edge. That one. And a Zia. Zia. Okay. Everything is labeled. Yippee. Alright. Okay. I think that is everything. Okay. So if we... What the fuck is this? When did I get this paper? A candle that gives off no light. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. A finger, but not a flesh. I'm sneezing. Holy shit. Okay. Boop the burb. Maybe. Okay, a candle. Okay, so what the fuck do you want? Museum was ransacked last night. I went looking for my brother, but he's nowhere to be found. The good news is they didn't find what they were looking for. I moved the casket myself and hid it here in one of Strange Antiquities' vaults. It's safe for now, but we can't leave it here for long. I have more to prepare, but I've left instructions on how to access the vault in the desk drawer. Oh, that's where this paper came from. Okay. A candle that gives off no light. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. Anchor, shadow anchor. A finger, but not a flesh. Which is finger? Yes. Maybe boop? Okay. Fine, then bonk the burb. No, don't do that. Don't bonk the burb. That one, that one, that one. Okay. Blackened wood, rough, smooth, nothing to remark. A complex feeling comes over me. It is both horrifying and yet compelling. Okay. Well, it will be there. Okay. Okay. I'm donking. Not that one, this one. A totem of blue fire. There was one that causes the fire to go blue. I don't remember which it is, so I'll just go... Purple. That one. Messenger. Okay. Put that one there for now. So these are the 4 from that. Probably. Squats the board, maybe? Perhaps? I suppose you can do that. The lake has turned black. As omens go, I'd say that's probably quite a bad one. Oh. Thank you, Captain Kirk. But the mail won't deliver itself. Perceived the burb. I'm being perceived. What the freak? Also, I applaud this guy. Like, fucking everything's going wrong. He's still delivering the mail. I found this note in an old writing desk up at Gleeston Castle. I expect it will mean more to you. Fear in autumn, rising in winter. It feels all too prescient as we hurtle towards winter and a terrible and noble fate. Okay. So what? Fear in autumn. So autumn is like the egg-shaped one. So fear. Squats twice? What the freak? Okay, fear is like the 3 thing, the hex thing. Okay, so in autumn. It's in the library. Okay. Or rising in winter. I guess here instead. Okay. I'll do the squats. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 10 more. I can do 10 more. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. Oh fucking shit. I can't believe you do this to me. It's crazy. Okay. I searched the room at the foot of the western tower quite thoroughly before finding a stash papers. To my dismay, they are largely the scrawlings of a madman, but in amongst the nonsense, there is some valuable information. Oh, what the frick? Okay. I mean, I thought I had everything, but I guess not. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Alright, whatever, man. What do you even give me? Manus? That's not been here. According to Whitelock, these are lighter than an Avacant by half. Not exactly the most useful insight. They're carried by desert nomads who use them to conjure precious water from the cool night air. I mean, I don't think I have that. Perhaps? I don't think I have that. Okay. And then what else did I get? Argyle, I had that. Corin's Might, had that. Light of Fortune, Lunima, Morgan's Folly. Okay, had that. Pit, Shin, Spirit Eye, Stormward. That's new. These simple items supposedly grant a low-level protection against the elements, but this author has personally become soaked to the bone in one too many downpours to trust those claims. They are made from metal, typically bronze or iron. This one. You're a Stormward. Okay. I have discovered the missing piece of the puzzle. There's an ancient shrine to the nameless gods at the skull of Blencathra. It seemed humanity tried worshipping them once, long ago, before we learned how little they care for us. We must take the casket there. Whatever happens, we must not allow it to be opened. Okay. Okay. Well, Eli White. Okay. Right, let's see. It's time to end this now. Bring the casket to the pit. Okay. Well, I guess it's our time to choose. Okay. Okay. So, we need to do a thing. Okay, so I guess we should follow. Should just fuck it. We follow Eli's stuff. He's kind of, he owns the shop. We should probably do that. He's also giving us like the clearest fucking instructions. So he's told us to go to the pit. The other one's told us to go to the shrine here. I don't know. Okay, well, let's go to the pit. The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. A solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they're empty. The pit itself is an ominous sight that the otherwise serene atmosphere can do nothing to diminish. It is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, that has an unnatural look to it. This is a site of thaumic convergence. It is no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers at opposing compass points, strength and weakness, light and darkness, and finally we need the light of Korchin to bind them. Oh. Okay, Okay. Yeah. Okay, man. Sure. Okay, so strength and weakness. It's going to be a fortnance, and a witherance. Right? But do they go north-south or west-east? Fortnance and a witherance. And then light and darkness. Light and darkness. This one produces light. Darkness. Brahik charm. No. Protection times of darkness. Light of Korchin. Turn darkness to light, fear to joy. Hit. Death or darkness, no. Tenebrine cloak. Enshrouding darkness. Okay. An veiled fen. Clouds over. Okay, so it was the Tenebrine cloak then. Tenebrine cloak. Tenebrine cloak. Okay. And then Light of Korchin. He likes my work. His face shows little emotion, but he seems satisfied. By now, the sun has finished setting, and only a hint of red afterglow remains in the darkening sky. The raven croaks his mournful cry once again, but this time there's a reply, and then another. I look up and see several dark shapes circling above. Quickly now, they're here. I spin around to follow Eli's gaze, and my pulse quickens as I look out across the field. A large group of shadowy figures is walking steadily towards us. We can't see their faces at this distance in the low light, but I'd be willing to bet that every one of them has pools of midnight for eyes. In the sky above, The ravens continue to grow in number, and their caws and cries get louder and louder. I look down at this black object in my hands, such a small thing, and yet, its seductive power is impossible to ignore. It wants to be opened. Suddenly, it feels inevitable. The casket, now. But I'm not sure I want to give it to him. But if I don't give it to him and I give him the Wixic cord, what the fuck does a Wixic cord do? It freezes them. So I could keep the box. Okay, well, we'll give him the box. The wave of intoxicating power washes over me, but I hold strong against it. I hand over the casket, and together we begin activating the items arranged around the pit. Working as fast as we can, it still takes longer than we'd like, and when I look up again, the thaumaturge has fear in his eyes. We're too late. The mob is upon us. One of them grabs Eli and tries to wrestle the casket from his hands. I rush across to help him, but it's no use. They are all around us. The man tears the casket free and it clatters to the floor, skittering across towards the edge of the pit before coming to rest on the precipice. A gray-haired woman stoops to pick it up, and I'm surprised to find that I recognize her. It is Verona Green, the occult scholar. The mob cheers, but Verona turns towards me, and I am no longer afraid. Her eyes are ringed with darkness, but they are not black. Back from the dead. She winks at me and throws the casket into the pit. At the same moment, Eli activates the light of Corchin. The time stands still, and then there's a rush and a roar as a swirling vortex of blue-green light races up out of the pit. The casket is sent soaring up into the night sky, where it seems to hang for a moment, turning slowly in the air until, with a shrieking, splintering crash, it shatters into 1,000 pieces, and then there's nothing but smoke and the smell of ozone, and all is quiet. We have destroyed the casket. It has been a few weeks since the casket was destroyed, but I am still riding high on the elation and relief from that night. Everything seemed to come together right when it needed to, and somehow we avoided a terrible catastrophe. Those who were under the casket spell were released almost immediately. They remember nothing from their ordeal, but there seems to be no lingering ill effects, and Dr. Robertson says they have all made a full recovery. It is rare for Eli to express much emotion, but even he congratulated me on my strength and resolve in the face of such darkness. He, too, felt the allure of the casket, and was worried that it would overwhelm me. He told me with a hint of pride that I would make a fine thaumaturge. Okay. Alive, alive, alive. Bonnie Robertson is insane. And Audrey Bell is deceased, murdered by her own bloodthirsty followers when the casket was not opened. Okay. Well, that is the ending of Strange Antiquities. I'm probably not going to go back and get the other endings. My brain hurty. I've been streaming for like almost 4 hours now. This is really long for me. And I don't think I have the energy to go back and do the other endings, and I don't think that's enough content to do another stream about it. So, you guys will just have to play the game yourself if you want to know the other endings. Okay? But yeah. And that is all the credits. Day 19 epilogue. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna... we are going to go back to the main menu and quit the game. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I'm super appreciative of you being here at all. And yeah, I love you all. I do not stream tomorrow or the day after, but I will be streaming on Thursday at 8 p.m. as usual. Yeah, what are you done? I've been streaming for almost 4 hours, Shadow. A girl's gotta go get like food and water. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I stream on Thursday at 8 p.m. So same start time as today. And yeah. We will go raid someone. I don't actually know who I want to raid. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll figure out. That's some pussy shit. 1 more hour? Fuck no. I'm tired. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And I love you all. Goodbye. I'll see you Thursday. Bye. I hope you guys have a great rest of your nights. Goodbye. Let me go find someone to raid. 1 second. Nah, don't leave us sadder. What? No. Okay. Y'all wanna? Okay. You know, I'll ask you guys. Who do you want me to raid? Y'all want to watch fucking Minecraft or like Resident Evil 2? Because that's like the 2 people I know who are currently streaming. Who do I raid? Minecraft? Okay. Understood. Okay, we're gonna raid Minecraft. Alright, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I love you all, and yeah, I'll see you Thursday. Bye!